Hey guys, it's Alana with the FriendlyBands SunshineLoom, and today we're going to be making the tree charm. Today I'm showing that to you on our flower bracelet, and I'll post a link to that in our description below. So before we begin, let's pick out our colors. I already have my rubber bands organized in my lid that I keep underneath my SunshineLoom. Today I'm going to be using brown for our trunk, and then I'm just going to do 2 colors of green. And we're going to mix that up a little bit because this one is going to be random. Alright, let's get started. We're going to head over to the start side. And I'm going to start the top of my tree. So you're going to take 2 rubber bands, and I'm just grabbing any 2 random colors that I grab when I reach in. We're going to start over on our start side. I'm just going to grab any 2 rubber bands that I grab. I'm doing this completely randomly. And then we're just going to go around the outside, again with just 2 rubber bands all the way around. We're going to go forward from 24 to 48, 48 to 49, 49 to 50, and 50 to 51. Okay, now I'm going to go across from 51 to 28, 28 to 4, and then 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, and 1 to 24, and 1 to 24. Then we're going to take a lime green rubber band, and we're going to do a 4 loop on number 26. So you're going to attach, twist, and use your forefinger and your thumb on the left side to wrap around for 2, 3, and 4, and release. We're going to do that one more time. So again, we're going to grab any 2 random color rubber bands of our greens, and then insert our FB hook into all of the rubber bands on peg 26. Attach our 2 rubber bands to the end of our hook. Turn the pointy side so it's facing the base, and pull through. Reattach both ends, and drag over to peg number 24. And just like that, and we're going to do that same thing, just any 2 rubber bands, and we're going to attach, twist, and reattach, and drag over to peg number 48. And again, attach, twist, and reattach, and drag over to peg number 1. And we're going to go back in and attach, twist, and reattach, and drag that over to peg number 51. So we're skipping these 2 pegs here and these 2. We're going to address those in the next step. And we're going to go back into our 4 loops. Make sure you're going through both of them. And then we're going to attach, again, just 2 random color green rubber bands. Turn, and reattach. And we're going to pull that over to peg number 28. And then one last time, 2 rubber bands, attach, turn, and reattach, and then drag over to peg number 4. And now we're going to do something a little bit different for pegs 2, 3, 49, and 50. So you're going to insert your hook into your 2 4 loops and grab just a single rubber band, any color you like, and pull through and reattach. And we're building a chain here. So 1 more rubber band, just a single, attach, turn your hook, and reattach. and we're going to attach this onto peg number 49. If you saw the Valentine bracelet or the Valentine ring tutorial, you've recognized this technique. Then we're going to go back into that first loop that we made that's attached to our 2 for loops. So not the one that's on peg 49, but the one that attaches that rubber band to our 2 for loops. So then we're going to insert through there, attach a rubber band, pull through, and reattach. And then that goes to peg number 50. So you should see this shape here where there's a circle and then 2 circles coming off of that circle. We're going to do the same thing for pegs 2 and 3. So you're going to attach, turn, reattach, attach, and you're turning your pointy side so that it's facing your loom, pulling through, and reattaching. And the reason we do that is so it doesn't hook onto anything when you're pulling the rubber band through. Then we're going to go back into, again, the circle that's attached to our for loop, not this one here, but this one right there. And you're going to attach, turn, and reattach, and drag that over to peg number 3. So this is what the top of your tree should look like at this point. We're going to add the trunk onto the bottom. So I'm just going to put back my FB hook, and we're going to go to the bottom here. We're going to be using 2 rubber bands. You're going to go forward from peg 28 to 29, and then forward for 3 more. So that's 1. And again, we're using 2 rubber bands for each of these. 2 and 3. Then we're going to go back, and you're going to use 2 rubber bands and go diagonally from 28 to 5. And then we're going to go forward with 2 rubber bands from 5 to 6, 6 to 7, and 7 to 8. And then we're going to go diagonally from 8 to 32. And then we're going to go back. So you're going to have the first peg of your brown rubber bands, the second peg, and the third peg. So peg number 30 over to peg 54. And then down 1 from 54 to 55. And then across from 55 to 32. Now we're going to lay down our crossbars on our tree trunk. So you're going to take 2 rubber bands, and we're going to go across from 29 to 6, but we're going to use a double loop. So with both rubber bands, you're going to attach, twist, and loop back over. Now we're going to do another crossbar, again with 2 rubber bands, and this one we're going to go across from 7 to 30 and 54, and that's just a single crossbar using 2 rubber bands. Now at our base, we're going to add a for loop. So on peg 32, attach, twist, and loop around for 2, 3, and 4. And this is what your sunshine loom should look like after step 1 of the tree charm. Now we're ready for step 2, locking our pattern in place. You're going to grab your FB hook, and we're going to head over to the base of our tree. Insert your FB hook into all of the rubber bands of your quadruple loop. So of that for loop, you're going to pull all of those back and grab the top 2 rubber bands. So your top 2 rubber bands will actually be these 2 here going into your inner circle. If you prefer, you can insert and pull back your for loop, turn your hook, and grab them from the diagonal inside, and then pull that through your for loop. And then drag that across, back over to peg number 55. and then go back inside and grab the 2 rubber bands that are going to peg 8. So pull across here and drag over to peg 8. And go back inside our for loop and around to the back. And then we're going to pull forward to peg 31. So we're going to be hooking from the inner circle to the middle and then to the outer circle. First we're going to do our inner circle. So be inside all of the rubber bands here. Go down and hook forward. Push back your crossbar and hook forward and in. Alright, so we did pull forward a rubber band to peg 31. You're going to go inside that rubber band and grab the rubber band off of 31 that pulls forward to peg 30. And go inside all of the rubber bands on peg 30. And I like to just put those on my finger and then release the tension going around so they're less likely to snap. And then go forward. And then off of 29. Again, there's a lot of tension here, so release. I'm just using my FB hook and gliding it around the outside of the peg. And hook forward. Then we're going back to the outer circle. So at peg 8, I'm going to be inside this rubber band and hook forward. Push back my crossbar, grab my bottom 2 rubber bands and hook forward. And here I'm going to pull across my crossbar because that's a little bit tight and grab the bottom 2 rubber bands. And again, we have a little bit of tension, so I'm just going to release that and hook forward. And then on peg 5, hook forward to peg 28. Now we're going to do the perimeter of our tree. So we did stop at the top here. This is where our last rubber bands were, so we're going to start up here. Okay, so at peg number 24, we're just going to attach a for loop. So attach, twist, and loop around for 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go inside of our for loop, and you're going to pull that back with the pointy side of our hook. So take the pointy side and pull back. Turn your hook so the pointy side is facing peg 24 and grab the diagonal rubber band that goes around pegs 1 and 24. And then there's going to be a bit of tension, so put that on your finger and release the tension going around. And then we're just going to push back everything on peg number 1 and go for the bottom 2 rubber bands. And they hook forward to peg 2. And again, just push back because you're going to have these rubber bands coming from the center that are around there also. So we're going to push back our rubber bands, grab the bottom 2, and hook forward. And again, just all the way around from 3 to 4. I get a little bit of tension here, so I'm going to put that on my finger and release my tension all the way around. And then here we do have a lot of rubber bands, so be extra careful. I like to just insert my hook all the way through and attach my rubber bands from the side. So you can see from the side there. And our specialized pegs that have the hook through ability make this very easy to do. We're going to pull that around. And I'm going to release my tension all the way around. Like I said, there are a lot of rubber bands on this peg, so there's going to be a lot going on. You're going to have to pull through a lot of rubber bands. Release my tension and hook forward. I'm going to go back in and pull from the side and hook forward. I'm going to go in and from the side I'm going to hook forward. This could happen to you. I grabbed one too many rubber bands. That's okay. You can just put that all back on. And again, I'm just going to stab through the middle and through the front. Attach that diagonal right there. Turn my hook and pull through. And then release my tension on the way around. Then we're going to go in. And around. And inside. I'm going to attach. Release my tension to hook forward. And this is what your sunshine loom should look like after step 2 of the tree charm. And now I'm going to take just 2 green rubber bands and insert my hook into all of the rubber bands on peg 24. Attach them to the end of my hook, turn so the pointy side faces the base, and pull through. And then reattach to the end of my hook and slide on an FB link, just as easy as that. And now I'm ready for step 3, removing my creation. So I'm just going to gently tug from side to side, and you can release a little tension on the edges if you like. I usually like to do this part of the charms with my hand. Just like that. And then just gently pull from side to side. And then you can make the adjustments you need so it looks like a tree. Just pull a little on the sides. And then you can attach this to any bracelet or project you like. Remember, we post new exciting projects weekly, so make sure to subscribe to the FriendlyBands channel for more Sunshine Loom tutorials. We also love to hear from our Sunshine Luminaires, so please comment on and like our videos. And there you have it. That's the tree charm from the FriendlyBands Sunshine Loom. Bye guys, see you later.